Today's session, we plan to look at yoga's impact on circulation and yoga's impact on lymphatic system. Now, s- circulation is the function of blood moving throughout the body, and blood carries oxygen and nutrition to all the cells and all the different body parts. There is another very important system, the lymphatic system, where the task of that system is to clear out toxins, to clear out pathogens, to clear out extra fluid, anything that is in the body. It will take it to organs which are responsible to flush out unnecessary material from the body. Circulation takes nutrition to the different body parts, while lymphatic system clears out different body parts which are generating their own waste product. The main difference between how the lymphatic system works and how circulation work is circulation has your heart to pump the blood, while lymphatic system has nothing to aid its movement. Only when I move does lymphatic system gets activated because of gravity as well. Lymphatic system is without a pump. It relies upon how much I move and the way I move. Circulation has your heart, which pumps the blood. These are two systems which are extremely important, and we will see how yoga impacts each one of them. Do any one of you know about lymphatic system, or why you think circulation is important? Other than the fact that blood carries oxygen and nutrition to different body parts, what will happen if circulation is not happening properly? Why do you think circulation does not happen properly? My heart is pumping whether I do anything or not. Why do I need to consider my own blood circulation? Why does it get hindered or impaired? And what happens if it gets hindered and impaired? So these are two questions.
So you can develop tumors like breast tumor.
Okay, so tumor result of poor circulation. What else? Why do we talk about circulation so much?
If it's circulating, things are moving out and moving in. So there is
A fresh channel. You have a poor channel because of lymphatic system not working well. Okay, so
I believe if there is a proper circulation, then the
yeah,
new cells, blood cells, they will generate better in the body. That is why body movements is needed.
okay, fair enough. Another thing that yes, your cell function is improved. New cells
Breathing pattern is
breathing.
more important because if the
Mhm.
rhythm of the breathing is not correct, then the circulation and lymphatic both will be affected. That's what I feel.
More or less, we are hitting the areas that matter. Let me bring up my notes here. It's responsible for blood delivers glucose, amino acids, fat, and most importantly, oxygen to every cell. Without oxygen, you cannot produce energy. Hence, this idea that we will get tired if my circulation is not happening properly, it matters a lot. So it is important circulation happens properly, and that will keep me energetic throughout the day. One very important aspect of circulation, that oxygen, nutrition, amino acid, glucose, which are at various levels, they are helping me out. Now, hormonal communication relies on blood circulation. So if my blood, which is a chemical messenger as well for insulin, for adrenaline, if my circulation is poor, my hormonal communication of demand and supply gets disturbed. So how much hormones a gland should release, that information is passed on through the blood. The blood circulation is not happening properly. That is a key area that gets impacted. Blood is a carrier of white blood cells. So my immune response depends upon blood circulation. I have cut somewhere, and if circulation is poor, my healing time will be more. If I can provide white blood cells to the required infected area, I will be able to help myself quickly. Immune response is dependent on blood circulation. Blood circulation is also responsible for temperature control. If it is happening properly, your feet, your palm remain in correct temperature. Otherwise, if the circulation is not proper, my feet and my palm and other edges of the body, they go numb or they go cold. So body temperature is also maintained by your blood circulation. Lastly, there's the pH balance and the osmotic pressure. This is necessary for the cells to stay inflated. If they are not inflated, they will not be functional. So pH balance and the osmotic pressure in the body that keeps your cells properly inflated, that also is the task of blood circulation. So other than carrying oxygen, it is responsible for hormonal communication, immune response, temperature control, and pressure and balance in the body. Now, why blood circulation goes bad? Oh, any responses on this? Why do you think blood circulation can go wrong? More specific than that.
Food habits, sleeping pattern, nutritions. I feel those things are more impact.
Okay. Now, what is happening is, so if you imagine your this blood vessels, and if you imagine your capillaries, vessels, and blood flowing through it, if my blood thickens for any reason, then my blood flow is restricted or it is not smooth, and hence circulation gets impacted. If my heart does not pump enough blood properly, my heart function is impaired for any reason, if it is weak, the muscle is not able to pull through, then my circulation goes weak. Another important factor is my calf muscle. Because my heart pumps the blood and because of gravity, the blood flows downward. My calf muscle is responsible for pushing the blood back up to the heart. Now, if I lead a sedentary life, I'm unable to activate or put pressure on the calf muscle, then the impetus for the calf muscle to push back the blood is not there. And the whole work has to be done by the heart itself. So, movement, and especially your calf muscle, if it contracts and gets released, it keeps pumping the blood back from the lower body to the upper body, to your heart. If my calf muscle is not engaged, then I will have poor circulation. Now, if I am having food which increases my cholesterol and fat that is running through my blood vessels, that results into plaque formation inside the blood vessels. So if there is plaque formation inside the blood vessels, the passage through which blood can go through gets reduced. So that kind of reduction also results into poor circulation. Chronic stress results into me guarding my muscles. If I'm exposed to stress, my mind directs my muscles to tighten up. So my blood vessels is also surrounded by muscles. If those muscles tighten up, they put pressure on the blood vessels, impacting the circulation. There are so many ways my blood circulation can go wrong. There is the problem of smoking, dehydration. If somebody has blood sugar, high levels of blood sugar for many months or years, then that particular disease creates the sandpaper syndrome, where my blood vessels become brittle. that impacts my blood circulation. So many ways my blood circulation can be impacted negatively. Now, look at yoga, what yoga does to your blood circulation. We were talking about pressure system, that how we can pressurize the body, hold the blood and release. I am trying to hold up the blood when I'm constricting a muscle, and when I'm releasing, the blood gets released in a, like with a force, it gets released in the body. So that helps your blood circulation. Like when we do standing poses, when we do one leg poses, they all put pressure on the calf muscle. Say you are doing Virabhadrasana, you have spread your legs, you're pushing your thighs down. As you do that, you put pressure on the calf muscle and it contracts, and then you can release it. As you do that, the pumping of the calf muscle gets activated. So all standing poses, all poses with one leg, they are extremely important for the function of my calf muscle, which is essentially my second heart, which pumps the blood back to the heart. My muscles, if they are used in a rhythmic manner, that results into circulation as well. So by adding regular movement, by adding exercises in the routine where we are practicing yoga, we help my original pump, which is heart, and it gets aided by muscles and the calf muscle specifically. So that's how yoga helps your circulation. And then another way is where if you are it involved in breathing exercise. If you're breathing properly, if you're regulating your breath, that impacts your nervous system, that impacts the stress levels. If your stress levels are managed, then the pressure that is generated because of high stress and that we are pushed towards hypertension, that gets curtailed. Proper breathing like techniques, if practiced regularly, helps my blood circulation as well. So many ways yoga can help you with blood circulation. And if blood circulation goes in the proper direction, then my brain gets enough oxygen, every cell in the body gets enough oxygen, every part of the body gets enough nutrition. More than that, if your immune responses are in order, then you can recover much faster. So these are the many reasons why you should focus on circulation and why you should look at yoga also as a circulation tool or a tool that helps your blood circulation. So any thoughts, any questions up to here? Now let us move into the lymphatic system a little in detail. Lymphatic system spreads across every inch of your body. If it covers throughout all the organs, i- through the skin, everywhere you will find the presence of the lymphatic system. As I was mentioning earlier, lymphatic system does not have a pump. Lymphatic system is the garbage collection method of your body. So whether it is pathogens, toxins, extra fluids stuck anywhere, or if you want to remove acid from the body, all kinds of waste product is collected by the lymphatic system and then brought to correct organs, whether it is kidney, whether it is your lungs, whether it is your liver. Organ is responsible for pushing that specific toxicity or unnecessary waste product from the body. Lymphatic system helps you achieve that. Now, lymphatic system does not have a pump. You may sit and not do anything, still your heart will pump. It's an involuntary organ. It works on its own continuously. Sorry, can you hear me again?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the system is what? Sorry, just give me 1 second. So essentially, lymphatic system is what helps you detoxify your body. Now, what happens if lymphatic system is not working properly? What helps your lymphatic system to work? If you move, if you twist, if you pressurize your muscles, lymphatic systems gets activated, and because of your movement, it moves the garbage or the waste that it has collected to different parts of the body. If you do not move, if you live a sedentary life, and if your lifestyle is such that movement is not part of your life, or is very little part of your daily routine, then that will result into your lymphatic system not working properly. It does not have a pump of its own. If I move, lymphatic system moves, release the waste products into correct organs so that it can be processed further. Waste material, we are retaining much of the waste products that should have been pushed out. What happens if I'm unable to flush out waste products from the body? What happens?
It becomes a landfill within the body. So it's garbage,
Yeah.
right?
Then,
If it's remaining in the body, something which is
yeah,
undesirable, it mess up the functioning of the remaining body part affected.
it will impact the body part, but let us look at how. Inflammation. So what is happening is when my body is unable to push out waste material, even if it is small quantity and it is stuck somewhere, then the body sends that signal that there is something wrong with that body part and needs to be taken care. Now, body's response to any infection or any threat is inflammation. Now, that inflammation is supposed to help your body to identify what is wrong and protect it till it is healed. But if inflammation stays for prolonged periods, then it starts impacting the functioning of the internal organs. Because if something is inflamed, say my elbow gets hurt and it is swollen, I do not want to use the elbow because it is swollen, and this inflammation is caused because of me hitting my elbow somewhere, is my body's way of protecting the elbow. Similarly, if there is inflammation inside the body, then internal organs don't want to work too hard and they want to preserve because they think something is wrong. If your internal system is not working properly because of inflammation, it starts impacting your immune system. Once it starts impacting your immune system, you are opening up for different diseases. So you are creating a perfect environment for different kinds of diseases to come into your system because you have pushed your body not to function properly, an imbalance created by poor functioning of the lymphatic system.
Yes, sir.
So now you see there are some of us who will complain of getting cough, cold, allergies, stomach upset, and at frequent intervals. So how you trace back to poor immunity? That's why you have cough, cold, flu, bad stomach, etc. And you take it back to inflammation, and you take it back to less movement. Now, there is one more reason why lymphatic system may not work properly. That is stress. If you are anxious or stressed for prolonged period of time, that results into, we have discussed how we tighten up our muscles and we go towards shallow breathing. If muscle is what helps me regulate my lymphatic system, and if stress is making my muscles go tight from within, then that results into shallow breathing. This shallow breathing combined with muscle guarding results into stagnation of lymphatic system, which allows for the waste to accumulate, which allows for inflammation to rise and immune system too. So either you are completely sedentary and you are inviting a breakdown of your immune system, or you are active but stressed, and that results into a breakdown of your immune system. So this is how you are seeing why we need to work on the lymphatic system as well. Now let us look at yoga. When you do yoga, remember the pressure, like when you do revolving triangles and several poses where we twist our body, that's like rinsing the body. A twist is the best kind of movement for my lymphatic system. So, like we want to contract and release, that kind of movement is good for blood circulation. Twisting is required for the lymphatic system to work better. And along with it, if you are into inversions like headstand, sarvangasana, or even if you are taking support of the wall and doing these things, you are going upside down, which means if there is any fluid, any toxic, any substance which is not moving, gravity, because of the inversion, will bring it towards the organs. It also helps your lymphatic system to work better. So inversions and twisting is what helps your lymphatic system, while contraction and release helps your circulatory system. Now, tell me any other form of exercise which in one session contracts, releases, twists, and goes for inversion. Yoga does that all the four in one single session. And so you are expanding your viewpoint of exercise, not only for muscle development, not only for cardiovascular activity, but as an aid to your cardiovascular system and tool to help your lymphatic system. So lymphatic system is, if it works properly, essentially helps your immune system. Okay. It is more towards blood circulation. Yeah.
Huh? If you
Yes.
have poor immunity, does it mean that your lymphatic system may need a little more attention, like
Yes.
necessarily?
Yeah.
Okay. So you should ideally work more on twist if someone were to try and tackle the situations that you said. Let's say somebody is more prone to catching a cold, or if that is the thing, because if sedentary lifestyle is not the case, I'm just talking about myself.
This is going.
So do you think like a more twist, adding more twists would be better? I'm already doing much better in the last 2 years, but I'm just
Yeah.
wondering if immunity is the problem. And
Yeah.
then,
So
huh, okay.
yeah. Now I understand, like I'm specifically talking to you and then expanding. So 2 years ago and now your immunity has improved. Okay.
Yes,
And but then you were never physically inactive, right?
yes,
You were always active as a kid and as an adult, and now in your working life also you have always been physically active. So physical activity was never your challenge. My assumption is stress is a bigger challenge for. So your source of strength, your source of vitality, your source of fighting immune diseases will come from breathing techniques, not
yes.
from actually doing more. Twist
Okay.
is a cog in the. You are doing so many forms of exercise, you're moving around, you are pretty active. So for you, activity is not the challenge. You don't need to add one specific kind of activity. What
Hmm.
you need to work on is breathing techniques so that you have a wider bandwidth to handle day-to-day stress.
Right, sir.
Okay. So more than meditation, breathing techniques.
So I'll
Because
keep that in mind. Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
because this should go for all of us as well.
Hmm.
We do not get the full benefit of yoga by doing only one kind of poses, because body is an interrelated system, like nervous system, breathing, lymphatic system, blood circulation, muscles, bones. These are individual things, but they are so dependent and intertwined with each other that we cannot just pick one. Everything has to happen together, and hence one single yoga pose is of very little use. You must have wide variety of yoga poses so that you are using the body in various ways. So that's where the benefit of yoga comes, not from one single posture. And immunity is related to my emotional state. This is a study that if you feel you are challenged by immunity, then you must make an effort to understand the emotional state which impacts immunity. More and more studies, especially in Europe, it is being done on how my emotions impact my immunity. There is a direct correlation between my emotional state and my immunity.
Thank you
And,
very much, sir,
and
for
if
this
we are trying
clarity.
to handle emotional state, we have to rely on breathing techniques.
Sir. ठीक.
That's
Okay,
now.
sir. Yeah, one
Yes,
question.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This kidney problem, this liver problem, these are also is one of the lymphatic imbalances due to imbalance of lymphatic system. This kidney problem or liver problem.
Ma'am, kidney and liver are the recipients of lymphatic system. Like my
Okay.
kidney will receive things from lymphatic system and then flush out from the body. My liver will receive things and then process. So the delivery mechanism up to the kidney or up to the liver is dependent upon lymphatic system. Then kidneys function takes over, and then we have to talk about kidneys health separately, and then we have to talk about liver's health separately. So lymphatic system is a delivery mechanism.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Chunilal ji, let me just. He's saying a famous song out twist kare. Yes, so twisting does help. Truly helpful. Any other thought, please? Just to summarize the whole session, then. So your blood nourishes and cleans the body. That's the primary work. So for proper blood circulation, muscular activity is required. Lymphatic system detoxifies and supports the immunity, but has no pump of its own, and it totally relies upon movement, and also it relies upon gravity. Yoga can help both the systems. If contraction and relaxation of the muscles help in circulation, then twisting and inversions help with the lymphatic system. As a practice, yoga is well placed to impact both the systems. When you are looking at yoga practice, widen up your view of what it does to you more than flexibility, more than just strength building, and more than balance. Yoga actually is impacting internal systems in your body, and that's why we practice yoga. To understand the impact of yoga throughout the human system, this body and this mind that we have, we need to widen our understanding. And when we are practicing with this in mind, that it is a pressure system, it is impacting my circulation, it is impacting my lymphatic system, the respect for the pose increases. And then you don't unnecessarily fight with the pose. If you're fighting it with the pose, it is either to master a skill or to, as if it's a part of performance. Say your task is to twist, the final twist that we do. If that twist I am able to do with 60% effort, then that 60% is my gain. If I can do it with 100% effort, then 100% is my gain. So wherever your body is currently, whatever effort that you can take with your body, even if I cannot perform a yoga pose perfectly, there is so much to gain from it. So this is all I have to share for today. If you have a thought or a question, please share.
Thank you, sir. I was not
Thank
knowing that lymphatic system has so much impact. You have given so insightful and so profound. It, while doing yoga, also sometimes we give up. We don't push. I have to go to next step, next exercise. But due to
Yes.
this knowledge, it will be the awareness in the mind that I'm doing for my lymphatic movements. So it was very
Yes,
profound.
absolutely. Thank you. So nourishment is important. So is waste clearance. Without both, the body does not function. Poor nourishment leads to weakness, and poor waste disposal also leads to weakness. So this is something that we have to understand. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you this Wednesday again.
Thank you, sir.